Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of our 4th Age Total War North Rhun campaign. We are on top of a snowy hill today in an attempt to take back one of our homelands. This is the settlement of Garth, and we can see it off in the distance just over that valley. Now there's a relatively large garrison of Dorwinian that is currently there, and they will be joining this battle, so they're going to be coming up the hill right here. I've got some slingers positioned just at this crest of the hill. We've also got some of our hillmen axe levies who are in the trees, none of them hiding for some reason. I think sometimes with some of this landscaping, not all of it counts as trees for whatever reason, but these slingers are hiding. Regardless, we've got basically a light force here because I imagine whatever's going to come up that hill is going to be tired. In front of us, though, we're facing a lot of cavalry. This is a lot of the light, relatively low-tier cavalry of Dorwinian, lancers, and so I'm just hoping that's going to go fairly well. They should be straight ahead of us. Yeah, so we'll just move that way. Now, I know what this army is. There's like 6 or 7 cav units, including a family member here leading that bodyguard unit for Dorwinian. Very heavy cav, or kind of medium cav, I guess, but no spears. But they are quite strong. They also do have some Dorwinian watch here, some Dorwinian bowmen, and then some men-at-arms. So certainly, you know, no slouches here, and I actually think I may want to run to get those guys in place. Now let's take a look down here. I was not able to check before the battle started. Sometimes you can click on the reinforcing army, right-click it, and see what the units are, and in this case I couldn't, but it looks like we don't have much to worry about from this front. There is a decent amount of cav here as well. They've got a lot of these levy, basically Easterling raiders, but they are levy cav, so they're not going to be too strong. This is all a levy army, actually. So again, individually, this is going to be weak, but the cav can swarm, and they can cause you a lot of headaches. So we're already firing up here. We are definitely pulling in some of those raider levies. Let's just charge right in. I've noticed none of these guys are on fire at will. I guess that's fine. You're going to war cry some of you, though. And let's get our cav around. Where did my general go? Where's my general? Okay, he's way over there. That's not great. He is on skirmish, thankfully. But yeah, I do have to be careful here. Okay, no. This is infantry. This is heavy infantry. Let's get out. Alright. Get around here. Okay, good. We've driven off that cav. And I think if we deal with the cav, we should be mostly good. Alright, men-at-arms are throwing themselves in. Alright, there's the Dorwinian nobles. Jeez, I'd love to catch him. Okay, they're going after my cav. I guess that's fine. We'll just get them all in there. And the general, let's get him off skirmish now. Good, we caught him. Beautiful, okay. So that should make a big difference here. Yeah, all that light stuff is now routing. We'll just keep our Easterling, what are these, axe hurlers, yes? Just pushing in. Just absolutely devastating to these very light cavalry forces. But they're not done yet. They're not completely done. And what else do we have here? Yes, we've got the Dorwinian Watch. This is going to be a tough unit, but with the general out of the way, we should be good. Now, I'm a little concerned here, because if this cav swarms up the hill, we could be in trouble. We may lose those slingers. Not that that would be the worst thing in the world. But I'd rather not lose all the infantry either. Okay, longbowmen are still reloading. I guess that's good. And my cav. Let's see, what are we doing? Just chasing. I think we can bring the cav back. And let's get the bodyguard out of there, please. He got caught by the Dorwinian Watch. This could be horrible. Okay, I think he's free of it, and let's get you war crying. And thrown into those Dorwinian men-at-arms. And let's just do a little rally on the horn. And I think I want to go after the bowmen here. Let's see how this charge goes. What do we have? The men-at-arms and Dorwinian Watch. These are the 2 toughest infantry units that Dorwinian can train. Great, their watch is now routing, and let's keep this on. We'll go right for the men-at-arms. They got 49 men, I think, when they start getting flanked here. 48. Okay, I think we've got it. Let's bring the general over here. Yeah, this is what I'm worried about. All this cav, everyone coming up at the same time. Now their general unit is just mercenary slingers. We could snipe him. I think we got to get the general over there with the cav. And let's bring the longbows over as well. Okay, great. That's it. Alright, I'll keep them on them. And we do have another couple of units of basically inactive axe hurlers. But yeah, the swarm is real. They've come up the hill, but now they've been chased back. Okay, just hang out. These guys can't war cry, but let's throw them into melee. Alright, and now that we've got a nice big route, we can chase them down this hill. Now, they may get to the edge of the hill before we can meaningfully destroy them. But if we get the slingers and we get enough of the infantry, we might be able to get the city. You know, I don't quite have enough cav to make this a sure thing. Well, let's just throw everybody down here. Yeah, and I definitely want to go after the captain here, just to hurt the morale of all these units. They do have, let's see, quite a bit of experience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that's typical for a levy unit, actually. Yeah, we might not be able to reach them. But man, if we do, right, eliminate this unit, and it's just a captain, if we can eliminate enough of these guys, then we might get the city. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to avoid a siege. Although, to be fair, it probably would not be a bad thing for us to have to hold on a little bit before assimilating another settlement to our realm. We have been advancing way too quickly. Oh, we're getting caught in the trees here or something? What is going on? Oh, this is just the edge. This is the edge of the map. Oh, wow, okay. So we did get the captain. Alright. I wasn't expecting that. It looks like we are going to catch some of that infantry. It just seemed like they were still on the map. Okay, great. We got that unit to rout already. Let's have some of you chase that way. Let's do a little horn call. And maybe they'll rout. Yep, just on contact. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay.
Now hunt them down.
Let's see how many we can get. And we're not going to be super efficient, sadly. But we might get all of them. Right, you can go over there, you can come down here. Yeah, we might get them. What are we up to? Okay, now, yeah, 82%. That's not enough, though. We got to get to, like, 85. So, I don't think we're going to get the city. 85% is the magic number. That may be complicated, though, with reinforcing armies, so I'm not sure if that's going to happen. We'll see. It was very close. And we also have another settlement under siege, which is just to the northwest. Gargoyle, you can see it there. Yeah, we didn't get the city. We didn't get the city, and we don't have enough movement points even to put it under siege this turn. So that meant we couldn't have gotten it anyway, right? Because even if the city was completely empty, we ran out of movement points, and so we couldn't have turned to take it. So that's a little unfortunate. Well, let's take a look at our situation. It's been a while, at least for me. I know these episodes are coming out on a weekly basis from your perspective, but from my perspective, I played a whole bunch and got a ton of episodes sort of filed away, and now I'm recording this just 4 days before it's going to go up. And that means that it's been like maybe a month since I've really engaged with this campaign. So I did have a look at it, and yeah, the problem that we're facing is of course money. We're projected to lose 5,000, and so next turn we're going to be in the red. And speaking of red, we've got public order problems, right? We're just hanging on to 70% in some of my territories, And Hythe, how's that doing? 70, right? Now that's going to get a little better next turn. And okay, we do have a ship, but we can't quite get it over here. And then we'll be able to get some of these armies out of here. We've got probably as big a garrison. Yeah, I think 80% is the max for what the garrison can provide in terms of public order. And so that means we could effectively remove a bunch of these troops. So let's actually see. This is right at 70. And if we remove like the expensive stuff and just keep like the warband, what's that look like? Yeah, still 70%. And population is growing. So we might be able to get these guys out somewhere useful pretty soon. We've also got a bunch of troops here in Yarhelkar, and since we're doing a press into Dorwinion, I think we're going to want to look at getting these guys out of here too. Now, this is going to finish this turn, the Homeland Dominion, which is going to bring us a little more money, but to be honest, we're hitting the point where corruption is starting to eat into our profits, and that's just because we're a large empire at this point. We've got territory all the way from the Lonely Mountain down into, you know, the farthest reaches of the east, essentially, as far as this map is concerned. So we're gonna still be in some trouble. Let's see. We don't have the funds to start Homeland Dominion up here, and so that means if we take any of these settlements, we're gonna have to be very careful and judicious about how we do it. So for this siege, we could assault this turn, but I think I don't want to. I don't think we're going to be attacked. And I think we want to just wait, because if we take another settlement, we could just face even steeper penalties. So let's wait. We're going to get some buildings finished, and I know we're definitely going to be in the red next turn, but there's not much we can do about that. Elsewhere, we can see Rhun is starting to move up towards Fennis Rim again. We've got a few forces here. We do have reasonable forces around Tham. Now, I could claw back towards solvency by disbanding a bunch of units. Of course, the problem with that is, as you know, you need units to protect your territories. So that may be something we do this episode, is take a really hard look at what is costing us so much money. Like these retainer wains, almost 900 in upkeep. But it's not 5,000 in upkeep, right? And I don't think we want to disband. What is this? Okay, so let's say it's like 2, 4, 600. You know, we're gonna need these guys though. They're gonna be very useful. Well, let's just end the year. Actually, before we do that, we may need to move some troops around. We've got everything we need over here in the west. And okay, we're still allied with the Bjornings. Let's see. It might be good to get some of these guys out of here. Yeah, like the militia levies, they're just not... They're too expensive to be garrison. So we'll bring them in this direction. See if they get bribed by Rhun. And they can help out here, maybe, in the front. And right over here... Okay, yep, population's falling. That's good for public order anyway. And so we don't really need these troops to be part of that garrison. So let's just move them. Okay, we'll get them together. They'll join up. You know, Hillman levies, I never thought I'd be like happy to see them. But they're going to be really useful to this army. But here, I think we can move out of Aaron Rhun. This guy's not good by any means. Again, don't be deceived by that high command stat. That's just because he's, you know, he's the High Chieftain's heir. It doesn't mean that he's actually good at fighting. But let's see what we can do if we get rid of, you know, all but a couple skirmishers here. Yeah, public order is so low. Now, taking him out of there, it hurts the economy as well. But I think here's what we want to do. We want to just get them right to Dorwinion. And I mean, we could train some mercs. Like, it's the last chance before we go bankrupt. But I don't think I don't really see a huge need for them. I mean, Dorwinion is pretty big, actually. I probably shouldn't be so glib, because look at this. Alright, let's just head down through here. We've kept a buffer between us for a very long time. But it's time to end that. Oh gosh. Yeah, they're sending men-at-arms at me. And more Dorwinian Watch and more men-at-arms. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is going to be bad. Okay. Well, we know exactly where the front is going to be. And Belligand is a great city to have. It's very rich. If we can keep them off of it, we can reap the rewards of some nice naval trade. And obviously they can train some really good units here. Halberdiers are another great Dorwinian unit. But it's got timber walls. These big timber walls that cannot be rammed down and cannot be scaled or cannot be siege towered. So the only thing you can do if you are besieging a timber wall settlement is use rams at the gates. So that makes defending them really simple. Just the slope, the outer slope of it is enough to preclude the use of ladders, which is possibly an oversight, but I'm all for it. So this is it's a great settlement to take. Rhun, it looks like they got big walls there too. Yeah, they built the timber walls here. This does not start with them. So we've got a couple of very strong settlements. Did they do that up here too? No, they've got the regular wooden wall at these two places. But they did some upgrades for sure. So I think I would like to take both of these and try to hold out. But we'll definitely make Belligand the priority. Okay, I've moved everything. Finally going to end the year here, or the turn. Okay, great. No attacks. And we've got a candidate for adoption. There's a spy moving out somewhere. Where is that? Fam? No, but I can see they're definitely eyeing it. Okay, well, we'll be notified about that. Okay, a candidate for adoption, Worth of Laketown. He's competent. He's youthful. He's energetic and intelligent. I'm going to take him. And he is in the Fort of Karnan. He came of age at the Fort of Karnan. All right.
Orders.
Oh, that's right. This is my capital now. That's right. Because, you know, because reasons. Okay, this is already better. Look at that. Blue face over here. Where else was I seeing red? Yep, no more red. No more red. That is awesome. Okay. All right, and let's see. Okay, we're losing a lot less now. Only 1,000. All right, so now it's time to do some hard soul searching about some units, right? Because now this is where this would make a big difference. But they look so cool. And they could be really helpful. What do we got for walls here? We got the timber walls here. And I'm just really loath to disband anything when we're being so obviously eyed for an assault. Let's just give this a pause, and we will consider it in a moment. So, Ray Coast, we've got Easterling Warband levies completed. All right, we were just training you for public order. So, actually, we can start making up. Okay, 75, how low can we go? All right, great. So, that's going to save us. There we go. It's going to save us a lot of money, actually. 1404 just by taking those guys out of the queue. Now, we may have to do that again to, you know, preserve public order later. Let's see. Can I get you horsemen out of here? No, I'd rather not. We'll just keep you in there. Okay, and Yarhelkar, Homeland Dominion is finished. That is, I believe, the last Homeland Dominion that we are able to finish, at least for a little while. But we've got 2,000 in the bank now. All right, and Hive. Okay, yeah, we can't build there. This is very close, though. And you know, if we plunder one more settlement, we might be able to get enough funds to get it. I don't think Gargoyle has a lot built, so that might not be worth it. But I bet Belligand does. And more to the point, Belligand has a lot of Northmen buildings that we might not be able to make any use out of. Alright, it was Hjorth. So there were elves in Hjorth. Okay, that's fine. Just an elven spy. Alright, the men of Dale are still... we were still technically at war, but they've been very quiet this whole game. So I'm going to keep these guys here. I mean... maybe I should take some of these guys out there.
Orders.
They're very strong. and they're pretty expensive. And I mean, we could get swarmed anyway by Dale. It's just such a risk to haul them over half of my territory, so let's leave them for now. All right, and we will bring you, and we will bring this new nobleman here. So, barding militia levies. Now, we're not quite close enough to get in touch there. I don't know if it's worth going for Gargoyle, but we might kind of have to. Because, yeah, we're going to be attacked.
Captain. Yes, Captain.
Alright, here's what I'll do. I'll move this army right here.
Yes.
And we'll bring you in. Oh, shoot. Alright, let's see. I think we can do some shuffling. Yeah, we can definitely merge. Okay, and possibly here. Yep. Okay, so now we've got 4 slots open. Great. And do I want to put this under siege?
Yes, master.
Do I want to risk it?
Chief.
I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put this army here in a very provocative position. We do have money now, so we can get some more units. I don't have, like, a lot of great units that I could train up. If this army decides to bother me here... Oh gosh, look at all of this, too. Look at all of this.
Captain.
Well, I think we're going to go for the siege.
Siege in settlement. Settlement under siege.
And yeah, let's go for all the rams we can.
Yes, master.
And let's try this. Alright, he actually made it in. Kind of surprised at that. That is a 16% chance. Okay, that's not good enough. I was hoping we were going to see something like maybe a 40% chance. But I don't think I want to do that here. Now, this looks like I could exploit this. But I actually can't attack this army. If I were to go here, you would find out that he's just out of reach. So unfortunately, I can't try to get Belligant this turn. So do I just go wait for Gargoyle? I think I wait another turn because Burr might head up here, and it'd be nice to have these guys as reinforcements for this army rather than as out on their own when this army decides to attack them, because this guy could definitely reach Blood. Burr and Blood could fight, and I don't want him to be isolated. So we'll keep them all together, and we can't assault here, we can't do anything there, so we're just going to wait. Okay. Alright, projected province 1406. Okay, yes, but we can move. We can move troops. Where?
Orders.
What about you? Okay, we can take the cav out.
Boats ready.
Let's get the boat over there.
Yes. Boarding.
Like, I would want this army to be where they're going to be most useful. And I think that's towards Dorwinian.
Aye, aye.
So let's do that. It's always risky to leave them, you know, at sea. But I think that's going to be the plan. Okay, let's do a little save here. I always get a little concerned when we're facing a potential siege reinforcement. They're going to have to attack us somewhere. Okay, they're going to hit us there at Garth. Alright, and they don't have much of a chance at this. Oh, they do have some good units. But yeah, we'll fight it. And so we could end up with 1 or 2 settlements this season, depending on how these fights go. I'm hoping for 1, honestly. I'm hoping for just 1 because, like, I need to start consolidating. But to do that, I need money, right? And to get money, I need to have more settlements. But we are making money again. So I could actually just kind of hold out for a little while. Alright, let's have everybody fire at will this time. And let's just not fight at all in the woods. Yeah, let's go for our slingers. Longbow's just behind him. You guys there. Alright, I think that's everybody except for you, these hillmen. Okay, so I'm just going to use you as pretty much garrison.
Enemy have more men. Ha! These are more heads for our warriors to collect in triumph.
Alright, we're going to do something like that. Now let's actually take the second rank off fire at will. Alright, if that's just a unit of mercenary slingers. So, he's the general from the city. And he's leaving the rest of his troops behind, possibly. Oh, it's Cab, okay. Well, let's snipe him for sure. Going after him with our chief's men.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors. Attack and drive them
everybody
back in the same way.
Halt. Don't want any friendly fire here, and we'll just let the cav run him down. Okay, we're out of range. And what do we got here? Here's the halberdiers. They've got their raider levies, and they've got their generally Dorwinian watch unit. Okay, now let's get back up the hill. The halberdiers should be pretty vulnerable to our missiles. We're going to focus on them, so that's going to help. So we're going to at least get a good chunk of them taken out before the time they get to our axe line. Yeah, we've got about a third of them already. Alright, raider levies are going to charge. Don't panic. They're going to get in over their head, and they're broken already. Okay, and here's the halberdiers, and that cav actually distracted my missile troops. But here come the axes. Oh my gosh, that's just devastating. Took out about 20 or so. Let's bring the cav up here. I'm going to put you on fire at will, because I think you're in a good position to do it. Alright, 53. My gosh, 25. These axes, man. Okay, put you on fire at will, actually. And this should be the end. Yep, there's that.
Now hunt them down.
Okay, and we got him. And let's see, because they're sallying. Okay, what? My slingers are going nuts chasing. Okay. Well, it looks like one of these standoff situations, unfortunately. Whereas they're attacking us, but they're not actually attacking, so they're just sitting. So we'll just have to speed up the time and wait out the clock, and then they're gonna lose. Okay, so it looks like we won that, but did not get possession of the city, which is actually kind of good. In my opinion, I think. Again, I'd rather not take the settlement quite so soon. If we can continue making money for a couple more turns, we can get at least another Homeland Dominion building queued up somewhere, like Rhun. But we are being attacked at the river crossing by Burr, Band of the Hunter versus Burr. And so this is going to be a good matchup. I'm a little worried about this, actually. He's got a lot of archers. He's got a tough Dorwinian bodyguard unit, these Dorwinian nobles. And, you know, that's the main thing. He's got some cav. You know, we don't have a lot of cav. We've got some axe throwers. We've got some sword guys. We've got a lot of slings, so I'm going to hope that's enough. Now, again, this is not going to bring us a settlement, but it is going to eliminate that rogue element on this side of the river. And I think once we start getting enough cash, it would be good to invest in some forts, just to prevent this type of thing, if we can set them up. But let's see. We'll definitely get our guys set up here. Now, we do have just one crossing. You always want to check, though, because in some river maps, there are 2 of these crossings, and they can be easy to miss, right? They're very faint. But I guess we just have the one this time. Fair enough. And so we'll set our slings right there. The longbows. Let's give the longbows a nice clear shot. They're going to have good range anyway. And the axes, that's it for axes. Just 3 of them. And then Barding Watch levies with no particular, you know, special abilities, no shield wall, no war cry. Just, you know, just a solid little unit. 25 defense. But there's not a ton of them. And, you know, if they send all those archers across, right, it's going to be an archer duel. Now, I guess we would have the advantage in that because we've got slingers and we've got longbows. But maybe I'm being a little too worried here. But these Dorwinian bowmen are fairly tough. I remember in the testing phase of the mod just before it was released, which is now, it's 2024. Was this released in 2015? Has it been almost 10 years since 4th Age has been out? Is that right? Can that be right? I mean, I have no idea, but I'll have to check the records there. It seems insane to say. We were definitely working on it at that point. But regardless, I remember in either early testing or shortly after the release, people were talking about these guys and being like, well, what's the big deal? And they are intended as a hybrid unit. Now, the issue is if you are to think of like your typical stack of 20, what would you rather have in that stack for typical use? And the answer for some people was the low tier archers because they had a lot more men. Or maybe not a lot more, but they had more men. They had lower cost. And that was felt to be more important. And in most situations, I would agree, actually. You do want the low tier archers. They are very strong. But the higher tier archers do have a place. And that is if you are going to be doing any fighting with them at all. So in a city type situation, in a siege, where you want them to get into the battle or you expect they're going to, it's nice to have archers that can do double duty. And those Dorwinian bowmen do have the stats to stand up to a little bit. All right, let's get our swordsmen in, and let's get our other swordsmen in. Now, I don't think the bowmen are actually having any impact here because their range is just too short. Okay, now they're moving over. A thing you'll notice too about fords or river crossings without a bridge is that ranged units can walk on the not crossing part, right? So they don't have to go right down the middle of the line. It's an interesting bonus, I guess you could say. Jeez. So now they're surrounded. Yeah, this is a tough unit. They're winning. They get 13, 12. Okay, so they are going down. And here come the bowmen. Now they're throwing in. Yep, and this is a bit of a concern because they're fairly tough. Look at them going into the melee there. Let's just take a look at the stats for a second. Yeah, 24 defense. That's as much as my swordsman, right? Let's just check that for a second here. 25 defense, so almost as much as my Barding Watch levies, which are a dedicated melee unit. Now, they're a tier 2. It's a levy unit. They're not fantastic, but 25 defense is certainly high compared to, all the other stuff that I've got going on here. It's even higher than the longbowmen mercenaries. So this is pretty reasonable. And their melee attack of 14 is also pretty decent. It's the same as my Hillman Axe levies. It's higher than the Barding Watch levies. And again, there's not going to be a ton of men in this unit. I think they top out at 50, but maybe 60. But if you use them, you know, well, you use them in a hybrid type situation, they can be surprisingly effective. But yes, I think the thing that throws people about the balancing of this mod sometimes is you never really lose the need for those lower tier units. Right? So like these are not intended as a replacement necessarily for your Rovanian hunters. Right? Those low tier guys, they do play a different role.
Any of our warriors would die rather than run.
Do I want to kill this guy? I think we got to kill this guy. Right, you can be on him if you can. You know, they are going to have a use. The very low tier bowmen are going to be always helpful at just putting arrows in the air, and the more arrows you put in the air, the more damage you're going to do, right? And they're going to be very effective. But the high tier bowmen, even though they're more expensive, even though there's fewer of them, and the stats may not look oh great, we got him. They may not look necessarily worth the cost. They're not intended to replace those low tier units, and they may have more of a niche use, right? And also this fits sort of Dorwinian's kind of Dunedainic / Northmen aesthetic a little bit. This is very much modeled on the Bowmen of Gondor, right? Same basic model essentially, I think. And they have you know, just that bit of armor, I guess, that bit of defense rating, the short swords, and they're not shy about using them. In fact, this is kind of a dangerous move here. Let's get the other cav over. Because going after archers in this mod is not an easy thing, right? Even with cav necessarily. Especially this cav, which is not, you know, not the best. But I figure we've killed the general. This should, but yeah, look, they're losing heavily, but they're doing pretty well against us, in my opinion. And they've certainly enabled their other unit to get away scot-free. If this was like, you know, more vanilla style balance, both of these guys would have routed already. Alright, I'm stubborn though. I'm going to stay in this fight. 28. Alright, we still got our guys. They've got armor upgrades, so we're doing okay. But yeah, I mean, it's a useful little unit. And Dorwinian as a defensive faction, right, in the wild, trying to defend their settlements and their vineyards against the Easterlings. They're going to focus maybe a bit more on defense than against numbers, especially considering they start off with just 2 settlements. So that's a campaign we're going to get to at some point, don't worry. Alright, victory at the ford just means that we don't have any large-ish armies roaming around at the moment. Now, they will definitely be coming, right? You can see. What do we got here? Okay, mostly levies, good. But some more of those tough bowmen. Some woodman spear levies from Thrimfeld. Okay. Alright, and we actually were lower than we were. Yeah, losing 1136. Why is that? I don't know, but this is lucky. Check this out. This ship was able to get just almost within reach of my my own fleet. Now, I don't know how many men he has. It's probably comparable. But this could have been a disaster here. So, the army is definitely capable. Let's march him over towards the port here. Get out. We'll go ahead and, yes, just put the port under siege, so to speak. I'd like to hit this army. Oh, shoot. Okay, I was hoping they would go next to the settlement. But let's do it. Oh, we can go for it right away. Oh, we have to. Well, maybe we don't have to, because they got some tough stuff here. But let's try it. Let's try it, because when you go in through the gates, right, the gates have been opened, I think the AI doesn't, like, get to deploy. So they're not going to have a bunch of guys on the walls or right at the gate like they normally would when you're assaulting. So this is like a sneak attack, and I think they're scattered kind of randomly through the settlement. So we'll have to see how they are deployed before we go in. But I also don't think we really deploy necessarily. Oh, okay, we do. We do get a start deployment button. Okay, so here's the first gate, and yeah, nobody's here. Oh, but we're not going to see where they are anyway. Okay, not until we click start the battle. All right, so how do we want to go in then? I mean, I think we definitely want to rush this gate, capture it, capture this one, and that might be all that we need to get just so that we can get up here. The problem is if they've got a bunch of units here or on the walls there, we might not be able to capture it in time. Let's get our horsemen here just ready to you know, push back anything that might be there. Okay, we can actually deploy very close to the walls. Let me see how far our deployment zone goes. Okay, it's also over here. Is this closer than normal? Or am I just imagining things? Now, this is more or less a direct shot. We'd still probably want to capture that tower. This might be the better way to go in. All right, I'll tell you what. This guy's pretty expensive. It might be good to send him in. Kind of a spearhead type of thing. And, right, we'll send cheap fodder to absorb some of the arrows, but we'll send the tough guy right after. All right, I'll put you guys all on fire at will. Let's get the slingers off skirmish, longbowmen off skirmish, and my general also off skirmish. I think I'll keep the general over there. This is going to be like my kind of strike force over here. Let's get Cav here. Let's get a couple of slingers. Actually, slingers might be best to lead. I think they'll go through the gate faster than a big blobby unit. And probably they'll be easier to get onto the walls, too. So if we can capture that, right, with those units. And we'll do something similar up here. Where we've got the axemen. Keep the longbowmen back a little bit. Alright, I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit and pause. Okay, there's nobody here. There's, what are you? Dorwinian men-at-arms on the walls. Okay. You know, we may want to wait and see what they do, because there's no point in rushing and capturing that gate while they're still there, able to take it. And what do we got here? It looks like the another unit of men-at-arms. So that's 2. And here's where they've got their general. Ravanian scouts and halberdiers are on the walls. Okay. You know, it might be good just to go in. I'm a little disappointed that the 2 places where we're going in is exactly where their units happen to be. I could have sworn they didn't really get to deploy. Now, we could actually just ignore this. So you know what? That's what I'm going to do. It's a surprise attack. Surprise. I'm going to go the other direction. I'm going to go around the back. And I'm going to go around the left. We're going to speed this up and we're going to ignore these units. They're on the walls here because I'd like to capture the gates and then safely move through. There's no point in capturing this gate and then just having that unit go over to the gatehouse and murder whatever force I have up there. I want to fight both of these units in the city streets, not in the plaza. So we'll see how they react to this moving on my part. I think we can order you over here and over there. The gate's quite a ways away, actually. Alright, this is going to take some time. But everyone but the general is still moving. There's only like 5 units in here, maybe just 4. We do have to be careful. Yeah, they're not going to move to contest this gate for sure, and probably not the other one either. Once the AI is kind of set up, they tend, in my experience, to just stick where they are. And it's only when either you capture the gates or when you get into the plaza that the outer units realize, oh crap, right, we've got to get back there and defend the place. Let's actually move you away a little bit from that tower. Alright, fatigue is still pretty good here. Yeah, in fact, it's perfect, still fresh, because we haven't really quick marched or gone up a hill or anything. Alright, yeah, in the plaza we're going to have the general, but also men-at-arms. So this is going to be tough. I'm not sure. It'd probably be easier to fight the halberdiers in the plaza. And we're all just about ready to go in. Let's get it figured out who I'm going to send. It's probably going to be you. The Easterling Warband levies. Probably what I'll do is I'll send you up to this gate, and maybe you'll be the only unit that does any gate capturing at all, because I'll just march you over to that one. Because that's right there. Alright, coming under fire. But we've got a straight shot. Alright, and now we got it.
Driven the enemy from his own walls. The way to victory is open.
And I'm going to walk them all the way over here. And you know what? We may as well get this one too. Let's see, the other units have not yet moved. Alright, so let's bring in the army. Oh, whoops. Okay, we've got some, it's not blobbing, it's like the opposite, but a unit sort of splits off into, you know, two different parts. So some of them are on the wall, some of them are actually in the middle of the city. So that could be pretty bad if they get attacked. But okay, we got this gate. Time for us to go in here. And we may want to go in, you know, to the left and bring this force up. And I think we want to try to stay out of the plaza. Once we get this one, we'll be pretty good. So if these guys are going to come and join us, they'll probably just head through the gate and go straight up there. And the same for you. They're just going to head down through the gate and right up here, which means we may run into them before they hit the plaza. So let's get my guys sort of situated here. I think I will want to use my axe hurlers first. Let's get them set up. Slingers are going to be trickier because we just don't have a lot of space to operate. Okay, that's fine. We can now bring the warband levies. You know, one thing I could do is like run them actually all the way around here and capture all of these towers, including this one. Okay, yeah, they're coming down off the wall now, and that means you are too. Damn it. Okay. And which way are they going? I hope they come this way. Got 29 minutes left, so we do have to keep an eye on that. Okay, they're actually leaving. Not sure why they would. Alright, they're utterly tired because we've given them, like, a quick march order. And it's taken them just a terribly long time. But, you know, maybe we'll bring them down here, and they can kind of flank from the other side. I'm really hesitant to run anybody at this point. Okay, they are coming over here. So, would love to take this unit out. Sadly, we won't be able to use the towers to help us. But we can at least get some of our nice axe throwers. And we're still fresh. They're probably not going to be so fresh. You know what? Let's run the slingers. And actually, let's run the longbowmen too. Let's run them right up there. And I could run my general around if those towers were not compromised. Okay, halberdiers are just about to join, but they are running, so they're going to be tired. And you guys are running as well. Very good. We're starting to throw. We're going to pull some of them out towards us, which is, I think, very good. Right, all of my guys are off skirmish, so I got to keep that in mind. No kills yet. Okay, we did get some kills up here. Alright, let's start to pull back. Alright, I think we'll just throw javelins. Or axes, rather. It's war cry. Get the slingers back. Get the slingers back. Halt you. This general's going to go down for sure. I have no doubt about that. Alright, let's hit them. And let's actually hit him from both sides. The slingers are going to get caught. Nothing we can do about that. Everybody here is engaged. What can we do with you? Well, not too much, I guess. Those halberdiers are still holding the plaza, so we're going to have to try to win it with this. Those scouts are going to be gone pretty soon, though. And the longbowmen mercenaries are going to do okay in melee. We're at least tying up men-at-arms with our slingers. They're utterly tired, by the way. These ones are winded. There goes their general.
The enemy warlord fleet.
Alright, we didn't get him. Oh, no. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Okay. Let's do another war cry. Alright, and maybe we can pull the halberdiers. I mean, those slingers are just going to get killed. But I'd love to pull the halberdiers out. You know, then we can capture the plaza. Get them to think that they need to come back and take it. So to pull them out, we just need to inflict any losses at all with our archers, and they will come after us. There we go. And as long as we don't spook them too much, they should just go after our longbows. And we can rush our cav in here if we want them to go back. Right? It's kind of like they don't have any good options. Right? They come out, they realize they're not taking much damage, they go back in. We keep shooting at them, they take more damage, they come out after us. That's all very good. We're taking some heavy losses on our axe hurlers, but we've got you guys down to a third or so of your strength. These Dorwinian men-at-arms are just obviously doing fantastically against our slingers. Are going to eliminate this unit, but I'd rather have them you know, doing that than joining this fight. Okay, great. Halberdiers are still a little shy about getting involved. It is very good. But we've got them down 64 men. We took out 5 of them, I guess. All right, 23 to wavering. I just need to break this unit. We can turn our attention over here. Because if all of these guys come after us, they could wipe out all of our heavy infantry. All right. 9, 8. So we're gonna see these units get totally wiped out very soon. All right. Oh no. All right, we get a war cry though. Longbows, get out of here. All right, we war cried, I think. All right, and now we use the cavalry. You come right over here. And we get them to realize that they actually need to go back and defend the plaza. And now we just need to stay alive for 3 minutes. 54 men, tired. Okay, so they're going back for it. Alright, let's bring everybody here. Alright, this is good. We've got a chance to throw the axes. 37 men. Still quite a lot. 53. Alright, I'm going to move my general back slightly. Now that the plaza is pretty much taken, we can bring the slings. Yes, get them to focus on those units. Get the axemen out to tie them up as well. Yeah, and the levies too. This is for Belgant. This is a big, big settlement for us to take. Alright, let's throw him in. Variag mercenaries. They're designed to kill heavily armored infantry. Let's see how they do with that. 2, 1. You know, I think I'm just gonna... Yep, and they rout. Beautiful. Alright. All of you guys come down here. Throw axes into the back of those halbs. Awesome. Okay, I think this is working out. Let's cancel the slings actually. All right. Yeah, we win. Let's just end it. Clear victory. And let there be a gigantic population here that we can exterminate for lots of cash, but not too huge so that public order is a problem. Okay, we definitely need to lay desolate. 12,000. Oh, this is so good. There we go, folks. Yes, indeed. Now we will have to lower taxes a little bit here. And look at what we got. Okay, we got a Hall of Song. I'm going to keep this. This does give us the ability to train a rogue or an assassin. And this is giving us a happiness bonus. It is not helping our public order. When did you get a Blade of Renown? Has this been something that we've had for a while and I've forgotten about? It's very cool regardless. I don't think you get it in this turn. What else do we have here? Okay, we'll definitely destroy the Lord's Barracks. That's going to bring us another 5,000. And the King's Feasts, 4,500. We're up over 20,000 again. A great market we're going to keep. We definitely want a spy, and so let's not train one just yet. We've got one inside. This is the hero of the hour, Bloodren of Esgaroth, with his one subterfuge skill, opening the gates, allowing us to take this suddenly, just as we disembarked from the Sea of Rhun. Okay, but there's other stuff we can destroy. I think, let's see what we've got. City here. The Homeland Dominion. I think we're going to hold off on that for a little while. The harbor, so we can actually get a warboat. I think we need to get our Dominion building up before we can actually train boats and military stuff, though. The healer will keep growth and happiness in general, and grand wineries. Now, this is a nice building that it's an industry building, and we have not had the opportunity to do anything like this because we don't have wine as a resource, or at least we haven't yet been able to exploit wine as a resource to this extent. We do have it up here. I don't think we have any grand wineries. Oh, we do. Okay, maybe Dale started with them, or maybe we built them. It's been a while. Regardless, there's no reason to get rid of that. Yeah, so then underneath that, we've got the open policy we'll keep. We're going to take advantage of that. Roads are already built. And as we said, the Hall of Song. The only question is that Dominion building. You know, I'm a little concerned that if we destroy that, we're going to set ourselves up for some problems with regard to public order. So I think the smart thing to do is just take a quick look around our realm and just check places that are, you know, happy or maybe not quite as happy as they could be. Dale, though, I don't think there's really much we can do here at all, you know, other than train more stuff, because we're not going to convert it to our civilization. Erebor, you know, we could invest in some economy here, but I think we're going to need to wait for that. Barry's Doom, not much point. In the Fort of Karnan, we could go for a local trader. This does help the economy a little bit, and it helps with growth, and eventually we're going to be able to train some stuff here. I don't know that I'm going to worry about that right now. We've just got money. I think we need to spend it. Okay, we've already got our Homeland Dominion in Gwaithring. We already got our Homeland Dominion in Thordram, and Raycoast is the fiefdom, and we've got that here. Fennis Rim, 3 seasons. Okay, so we had that queued up as well. Hythe is the one. So this one is an Outland, and this is really ridiculously expensive, but I think we have no choice, and it's so unfortunate because there's no land tax benefit to this, but yeah, we have to do it. Let's check out Fornhood. This is the other one. Yep, 5 seasons. This ought to give us some money. This will give us a nice little return. So 2,200, but 1,000 of that is going to go to corruption. So, you know, and we're going to get a little bit of it back on income taxes and some trade, but it's going to bring us another grand or so. We are not necessarily there yet, and in fact, I think what I may want to do is let the population fall in Belagant. Let's wait the 3 full seasons until we get this one finished in Fennis Rim, and let's hope that Rhun allows us to do that. Then when that is the case, we can destroy the Dominion in Belagant and start building our own. And I think I want to maybe just keep these places bottled up until then. Although it is going to be very risky because we have these Dorwinian armies that are vast, quickly approaching. Well, that's all the stuff that we will worry about for today. Actually, Yar Helkar, no, we finished that. Yeah, we finished that in this very episode, in fact. So this is all set now. I think this will call it good for this episode. And, you know, I really thought we were going to get both of these back today. But getting Belagant feels really important. So let's get our boat nice safely in the port here. And now we're going to see some nice trade happening. The projected profits here are probably not accurate. It says we're making 8,000. You know, maybe with this trade network, maybe that's somewhat true. And Belagant is wealthy, but we're going to have to still invest in it before we can really make use of it. But the big problem now is Dorwinian, and making sure that we can capture enough provinces from them to keep them off our backs without all of this nightmare, absolute nightmare coming up toward us. Let's just check our overall goals for the campaign. We are over the halfway point. We need to have 30 provinces. We've got Belagant now. We do need to get Gargol and Garth, right? We need to get our 2 other homelands, but those are both currently under siege. So that'll bring us up to 18. And then we're going to do a little more conquering in Rovanian, I think, right? It just makes sense to fill out our realm this way. And when we do that, we're going to add some more territories at Dorwinian's expense. We may also think about gradually pushing the Bjornings out of here, maybe doing some settlement purchase stuff to capture places like Bern and Holt that are pretty close to our sphere of influence. And if we can sort of take territory from Dorwinion, gift it to the Bjornings, and then buy settlements from the Bjornings, right, we can kind of keep a rolling frontier or buffer zone, which can actually be a very effective way to play. And it's one of the ways that I managed to first win as North Rhun. Otherwise, I found it almost impossible. So we'll see. Maybe we'll have to capture some territories, just raid, and then throw them at the Bjornings so that they will hold them rather than Dorwinion. Because I don't think we have all of the armies in place to hold off all of what is going to be aimed at us in the next episodes. But either way, I hope to see you then. Take care.